highly recommend this slim battery pack from Baseus. It is designed to charge the iPad and the iPhone, but it can also provide power to the MacBook Pro. It does not fully charge it. I will give you a full review and example. Another reason is these charging ports. It supports 3 methods of charging: USB Type-C, Lightning, and micro USB. This is the first time I've ever seen a charger like this. Yes, it does support pass-through charging, 20.5 watts to the battery pack, then to the laptop. It comes with a button on the side and a display. One press gives you the voltage, another press gives you the amperage. It's about 18 watts. The main reason I would highly recommend this battery bank is its recharging options. It takes 3 major ports or cables. The first one is the Type-C, the second one, Lightning port, the third one, the micro USB. You can use either of these. For example, the most common is probably the micro USB. And we can take a look at the charging speed on my power meter through this Baseus adapter. 20 watts. And second, modern USB Type-C. By connecting both, you will not see an increase of doubled charging speed, of course. I'm going to disconnect the micro USB cable, and you can see it also supports 20 watts. iPhone users, you probably always have a Lightning cable, and that port is the Lightning. And keep in mind, all 3 cables are connected to this one charger from Baseus. Also 20 watts. So there is always a cable you can get to recharge this battery bank. This is the first time I've ever seen a charger like this. By the way, you can also verify this kind of input from the built-in screen if you don't have a power meter like this, so you can identify a poorly made cable that does not support high charging speed. So this is like one press gets you the voltage, and another press gives you the amperage. Discharging test to charge my iPhone 11. I would recommend using that Type-C port to get the maximum charging speed. I have fully depleted the battery here to like 14%. Okay. I'm getting 9.2 volts, 1.4 amps. And let's do the math. 9.2 volts times 1.4 amps equals 12.88 watts. Let's try the iPad. Again, using the same port. 69%. Now it's charging the iPad at 2.1 amps, 1.2 volts, 1.3, 9.3 times 2.1 amps equals 19.53 watts. This is what happens if you plug in to a MacBook Pro. It will show the power source is the power adapter, but it's not charging the battery. 9.3 volts and 2 amps, that's 18 watts, but it's not charging the battery, 86%. And again, I'm cycling through these voltage and amperage, that's amperage. And of course, you can still use the traditional USB Type-A port to charge the iPhone, but I would not recommend it because it is going to be significantly slower than using the power delivery port in the form of a Type-C. As you can see from here, 5.3 watts, and the amperage is going to be around 1 amp. So it's 5 watts. This is not a good option. Just always use Type-C or the power delivery port for charging your iPhone or modern devices. These dual ports are really reserved, although they support QC3, but really reserved for older devices. And the total output cannot exceed this one. I hope you find this review helpful, and thank you very much for watching.